If Meghan Markle has one superpower, it's shape shifting, and not in a Marvel way. In this podcast, we get another glimpse of her ultimate party trick, becoming whoever she's sitting across from. If you haven't seen my With Love Meghan video breakdowns before, this is the series where Meghan gives us a front row seat to her personality parade. And this time, she's face to face with Emma Grede. So obviously, Meghan is in polished business attire. She's calm, calculated, and clearly rehearsed. Every gesture or intentional lack thereof is part of her performance. It's like watching someone audition for like female founder, a serious female founder. And the result, well, we'll get into that. There are so many deliciously revealing moments in this conversation. So grab your drink, let's settle down, and let's start breaking it all down. Hello everyone, I'm Star Chairs, and in this channel we analyze videos through the lens of PR. Now this video was extremely long and I try to condense it as much as possible. So we're gonna do a few clips because oh my goodness, this is bad. All right, so this is the first clip I want to show you guys. It's super subtle, but it's super telling. Watch.
Desperation to just get something done. That the first person that was like, hey, we believe in you. I was like, great, me too, let's go. And there were parts of it that were...
Did you guys catch it? Okay, let me play it again because I love this clip. Because Meghan here kind of acts like a psychiatrist or psychologist or therapist or whatever it is that she's been going to weekly basis, allegedly, right? Because she sounds exactly like that. Now watch exactly what she says. Not what Emma says, but what Meghan says.
Desperation to just get something done. That the first person that was like, hey, we believe in you. I was like, great, me too, let's go. And there were parts of it that were...
Interesting. Like, shut up. Like, she acts like a psychologist, therapist, or counselor. And Emma in this clip is talking about, like, she was desperate. She was happy to get the first opportunity she could with anybody. She's like, hey, you believe in me? Yeah, great. Me too. Let's go. And that's what she was talking about, which is super relatable, right? When you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're like, I believe in myself. I believe in myself. Let's do this. And you're pumping yourself up. And Meghan's just like, oh, Let's watch it again because this is probably one of the worst clips.
Desperation to just get something done. That the first person that was like, hey, we believe in you. I was like, great, me too, let's go. And there were parts of it that were...
She's so annoying. Like, interesting. Shut up, Meghan. Just shut up. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the next clip. All right. So this next clip is Emma asking her like, okay, so how is it working with your partners, Netflix, da-da-da? And this is Meghan's answer.
So the analogy I say is don't bake the cake without me. Meaning, if I'm in the kitchen, I want to be part of making the batter. What's the flavor profile? And there's an entire team that can help put that cake in the oven, but I want to check it before it goes in the oven. And I want to be involved in frosting it and presenting it and the language surrounding it. I love the details of things. And I think that's where a lot of the magic comes in. So in partnership, while we are every day in the weeds of minutia from packaging and unboxing to the language on a newsletter, which, yes, I'm one of the people who's looking at all of that and making sure that it feels reflective of my vision for the brand.
All right, right there. This clip, you cannot tell me. She's already admitting right here that she's part of everything, So whenever she wants to throw people under the bus or like, you're not good enough, or you know what, we let them go, or they weren't part of the team, it wasn't working out, then you know who has their hand in the cookie jar, in the dough. It's Meghan. This is why she cannot say like, oh, I didn't know anything. Oh, yo no sabía. Like, I have no idea. Because this woman just admitted to practically micromanaging everything. And if you ever had a micromanager, you know how horrifying it could be. Yes, it's her business, but she does have partners. And in order to be able to work with people, you have to let go and allow people to work. Like, just let them be. You hired them because they're professionals. But no, in this clip, she admits, hey, I like to micromanage. And if you don't get micromanaging from this clip, I don't know what else I could show you to let you know that Meghan is a micromanager. Right there, she's saying, hey, don't bake without me there, because I want to see how you knead the dough, how you wet the dough, how you color the dough, how you everything until the very end, until you put it in the oven and then it comes out. And if something happens, it's your fault. Even though she was micromanaging from every single step. So when you see misspellings in her boxes or her website or anything, she just claimed right here that she looks at everything. Okay. So right there, you can tell that, does she really? She's claiming she does, so we'll take her for her word that she micromanages each and every department. Let's look at the next clip.
How much can they rely on your site? Like, is what they order what they get in the package?
Yes.
So it matters.
It all matters. And also just the customer service experience. That is your one-on-one interaction with the people that are supporting your brand. I want you to feel the way you would feel if, in the same spirit of hospitality, if you were a guest in my home. Mm-hmm. I see you. I want to make sure your needs are met. We're going to make sure you're comfortable. If something wasn't exactly as you imagined it, let's talk about it. How can we make you comfortable? All of that is part of the spirit of the brand. And I think, it might not seem as sexy, but it's fundamentally important.
She did not even have a customer service line or a customer service email until people started saying like, hey, Meghan, my package got whatever, wet, delivered, not delivered. Who do I call? Who do I text? Who do I email? She didn't even have one in the beginning. It wasn't until people started saying like, you know what? I need to contact your company, and there's no customer service line whatsoever. So no, Meghan is not in the details. Okay, let's say like she did right now. She said that she was in the details. I'm sure somebody told her in her team, like, hey, you need customer service, a page for it, or I don't know, even an AI automated chat box, something. And she was probably like, no, because nothing goes out without her approval. So right there, it was her fault that she didn't have a customer service line, mail, or anything in the beginning of her business. So checkmate. I don't even know how to play chess. Let's go to the next one. All right, so this clip right here, I just want you to listen to it again. It's Meghan's voice. I feel, and you tell me if I'm wrong, okay? I feel this is where she's acting like Diana. Like she's really, really honing on her skills on making sure she's prime, proper, calm, and then she does a very soft voice. Listen to it. It's a short clip, and I'm going to play it like twice so you can hear it.
Oh, I love. You have big ambitions for As Ever.
I do.
Oh, I love. You have big ambitions for As Ever.
I do.
I don't know why that gives me the biggest cringe. It's like, she's like, I do. Like, what? Why are you whispering? I do. I don't know. It's weird. That just might be me. You guys let me know. It was the shortest clip I have here to show you, but let me go to the next one because that one just gets to me because I'm like, stop acting like Diana. Might be just me. You guys let me know. So this next clip, I think it's very important because it shows her grandiose, how big she thinks of herself, how perfect she believes she is, how everything. Watch, listen to it, okay?
Is there any part of you that feels any sense of imposter syndrome? Do you ever sit back and get overwhelmed by how big the opportunity is and then, pedal back from anything that might be?
I don't. I think I have
cards.
I think that I've always had a very entrepreneurial spirit, as we talked about, but equally, I enjoy being in a position of having a strong team around me, being able to help guide that team as a whole.
Like, what team? What is she talking about? She can't lead a team. We just talked about it in my last video. That she really needs to learn how to keep a team, how to communicate with the team, how to be able to manage a team, because that is the one thing we have seen. Like, she loses team members left and right. The worst thing is to have high turnover in your business because training is expensive and oh my God, not just expensive, but training people from the beginning, it's just so time consuming. So having to do that over and over again, I bet you she does not train her staff. She lets someone else train them. because that is exhausting. This is why people, when they have high turnover rate, it's a huge red flag to work for that company. And the thing that she says, that she does not get imposter syndrome. I don't care how big, how educated, how anything you are, unless you're a narcissist, in my opinion, okay? Unless you have such a big ego, then you don't think anything is wrong with you. Unless you don't want to grow and you think you're perfect, then you're not scared of anything. Because if you're trying to build a business, you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to need to get uncomfortable and sometimes feel like, is that the right thing to do? I've never done this. And you just have to do it and throw yourself at it. And it becomes exhilarating because you're like, okay, great. I did it once. I can do it again. It doesn't feel great, but sometimes it does. Let's just get it done, right? And Meghan here's like, no, I don't feel imposter syndrome because I'm perfect. Like, what? What's wrong with her? Let's just go on to the next clip.
Imposter syndrome is when you're posturing as though you know everything. You don't need to posture as though you know everything. It is perfectly okay for me as the founder and the owner of this company to say, sorry, what does that mean?
Meghan, I'll tell you exactly what imposter syndrome means, because that's not what imposter syndrome means. Let me show you the definition for it. Imposter syndrome is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. She does not even know what imposter syndrome means, but now she does. So let's go on to the next.
There are so many comparisons right now, right? It's like people are saying you're the next Martha Stewart, you're the next Gwyneth Paltrow. So 2 questions. How do you feel about that? But also, what's going to set this brand apart? Because you're in a very, very different time right now. It's a different culture. I think consumers are super, super wise. So, I want to ask you those 2 things. How do you feel about it?
I think that's very flattering. Those are incredibly successful businesswomen. So I don't take that lightly. That means a lot if there's any comparison made in that regard.
No, this is where Emma Green got it wrong. We were not comparing her to Martha Stewart or to Gwyneth Paltrow. We said she wants to be the next Martha Stewart and Gwyneth Paltrow, which is completely different. We were not comparing her. We were saying she wants to be like a wannabe. Okay, I feel like these ladies have their information completely inaccurate. All right, so this clip, I 50% like, I believe her, yet I don't. I believe her because she has a out of work prince, like unemployed prince. Let me just let you watch it.
When you think about the failure rate for first-time entrepreneurs, does that ever concern you? Have you even let your mind go there?
I do not think about failing. No.
You're not scared of failing?
Is anything actually a failure, ultimately? Because you're going to learn from it no matter what happens. But no, I feel confident in what I've been dreaming up for so long. I feel confident in the partner that I have. And I feel really proud of the team that I have. So that's not an option.
So this right here, it shows me that she's practically in desperate mode, which is sometimes a great thing to have when you're an entrepreneur, when you have absolutely no way that you can fail. This is your backpack that you carry. You're like, I can't fail because if I fail, I have to go back, or I'm not going to have anything. And I think this is a place where she's at, because if she fails, where is she going to land? She doesn't talk to her father. She doesn't talk to her father-in-law. They don't talk to anyone. So in reality, they cannot afford to fail whatsoever. So this is what I'm telling you. I 50% believe what she's saying. Because as an entrepreneur, yeah, you're going to have that. You're like, I can't fail. I have to make it work. And so she's holding on for dear life to those partners that she has with Netflix. Oh, the next clip. Oh my goodness. It is the worst. The worst clip.
As I've continued to say to myself, and whatever I'm going through, my faith is greater than my fear. I believe in myself. I believe in the team around me. I believe in our potential for success. And
her faith is greater than her fear. And ever since she started doing Confessions of a Female Founder, they've talked about faith before. And Meghan never really jumps in, but we have gotten from those little tidbits that Meghan doesn't really have faith in a higher power. She's always kind of like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I see people do that. Da da da. Like she's kind of like in limbo. She's not really there yet. And so right here, it just showcases that her faith is in herself. All right, so when Meghan says that she has faith, but clarifies that it's faith in herself rather than a higher power, right? She's making a very intentional choice. On the surface, it sounds empowering, like, yeah, I have faith, but it fits neatly into the modern self-made girl boss narrative. Believe in yourself, trust your journey, manifest your success. But here's the problem, especially in the context of public perception, PR, right? It feeds into the narcissistic narrative. For someone already criticized for being self-absorbed, this reinforces the idea that Meghan sees herself as the ultimate authority. No humility, no acknowledge of anything greater than herself. It can easily come off as egocentric instead of inspirational. And that's the way I took it. I'm like, oh my goodness, her ego is huge. It could also come off as a big missed opportunity for relatability. Most people, whether religious or not, resonate with the idea of trusting in something much bigger than themselves, like a purpose, a community, something. By removing that element and centering yourself around everything, like she's the sun to the galaxy, to everything, right? She alienates a portion of the audience that might connect with humility and or gratitude, especially in an interview setting like this one, right? Because tone matters. Saying that you have faith in yourself can feel like an overcorrection. A more tactful version would have been, I have faith. I have faith in the path, in growth, and yes, in myself too. This right here, this that I just said, shows confidence with humility and not instead of it. You see the difference? She's still able to stay where she wants to in her lane, but without sounding too egotistical like with the first one. Now, Meghan's brand often dips into like this vague and self-help jargon, and we're seeing it. It's all about empowerment and elevation. Now, with faith in myself, it sounds rehearsed and non-specific, which makes it hard for audiences like me and others to connect with her on a genuine level. She really does lack a lot of self-awareness, and we're seeing it in her answers. Because faith in yourself, yeah, it's a good thing. It definitely is a good thing. But when it is framed as the only thing, it can signal arrogance instead of strength, especially from someone who already struggles with public perception around authenticity, humility. Meghan's statement right here, she thinks she probably was going to inspire people, but instead it really comes off as another chapter of me, myself, and I, me, myself, and Meghan PR playbook. That's how it sounds to me. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me. Let's go to the next clip.
A piece of advice I was given years ago as an auditioning actress was don't try to book the part, book the room. Meaning it doesn't matter if you don't get that role. You might not be right for it. You might remind the director of an ex-girlfriend that broke his heart. It could be any number of reasons. It's not about the part. You're going to see those producers and those casting directors at so many other opportunities. Book the room. Let them see that you're talented. Let them see you have something to bring to the table. Treat them with kindness. All of those relationships end up coming to fruition. You don't know when, but just like with life, relationships matter.
So I don't know if you heard the last part, but she says, I've learned that relationships are everything, which, I mean, sounds okay, sounds nice, right? But this isn't a story about being genuine, like having a genuine connection or value of treating people with kindness. It's about leveraging relationships for future opportunities. Again, this is why she has the friends she has. In Meghan's words, relationships aren't meaningful unless they can serve a purpose later. We have seen this over and over again with her. And this is exactly the noise that has been following her, that her kindness is a career move, not kindness as a character trait. She does things because she wants to get ahead. She does things because she wants to meet other people that are going to help her. It's advice you could expect from a PR strategist coaching someone to network at a Hollywood event. Now she's using this information to gain more, but she's losing more in the long run. If you notice, she doesn't talk to her father-in-law. She doesn't talk to her own father. I would say she's losing more than she's gaining because, yeah, I agree with her. Relationships matter, but relationships that matter the most are your family. Meghan is not someone talking about real relationships, empathy, or growth. This mindset she has tracks perfectly with her behavior. She cut off her father the moment he no longer served the brand. Iced out Prince Charles despite him walking her down the aisle. Keeps only high-level, high-value friendships with billionaires, media moguls, and image consultants. It's like her entire social strategy runs on cost-benefit analysis and not emotional connection. And we can see it. That's the thing. Like, she doesn't understand that the audience can see right through that. It is her blueprint for social climbing. This mindset that she just explains a lot. When you view every single interaction as a future transaction, you collect powerful friends, not old friends. You drop people who are no longer useful to your narrative. And we've seen that. You see being nice as a tool, not a virtue. And you know, the worst part about it is that this is why she can say something like this with such ease. She doesn't think that it sounds transactional because to her, it's something she's always been doing. That's how the world works in her lens. So I wanted to show you that clip because it was like, wow, this is exactly what she's been doing. I'm telling you, this has been such a telling podcast interview. Let's go on to the next clip.
I wonder if you could rewrite your public narrative from scratch. Is there anything that you would do differently?
Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
All right, so we have talked about this in the first video because this was one of the ridiculous clips that they threw out before the podcast came out. And I'll just kind of go through it a little bit because this was a thoughtful, introspective question. Like I said before, it's an opportunity for Meghan to take accountability, reflect, or even show a little bit, just a little bit of vulnerability. She could have said, I'd be more careful with who I trusted. I tried to explain my side earlier instead of letting tabloids fill in the blanks. I'd handle some things a little bit more privately or differently. But instead, Meghan says, yes, I would tell people to tell the truth. Let's just pause because that is like the worst thing that she could have said. That's not reflection whatsoever. That is deflection. It really does shift the blame without her taking responsibility. She was asked what she would do differently. Her answer, other people need to change, not me. Her response just really screams, I'm a victim of lies, not the author of my own narrative, which is ironic considering she's producing a podcast about female founders rewriting their narratives. It really just reeks of entitlement, like, ugh. And to me, it confirms the narcissistic pattern, in my opinion, because the answer isn't about growth, healing, or self-awareness. It's about control. I would tell people to tell the truth. I'm like, she's so upset. Oh my God. Meghan takes everything so personal because Meghan here is not asking how she can be better understood. She's demanding, why won't people say what I want them to say about me? Like, no, Meghan. And to be honest, I just kind of want to read some of your comments that you left because they were amazing. Mary Alice put, let's hope Emma replied with, what is the truth, Meghan? Sadly, she didn't. She thinks she's so above this woman. Yeah, she does. She is a complete narcissist. I agree with you. Somebody put, I think she's getting worse with her delusions and arrogance. I agree. Sudupu narcissist. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but this is pure narcissism. Absolutely. This is the most ridiculous answer ever. Yes, it was. It's never about her or her actions. This is exactly why people can't stand her. Yes, exactly. She doesn't understand that. And then I love this comment because I had various comments that say this. Then why all the NDAs? Yeah, exactly. If you want the truth, let go of all the NDAs. Meghan believes she's the most perfect person to ever perfect perfection. Agreed. Okay, let's move on to the next because you guys left so many good comments on the video. I think I'm going to make a whole video about just the comment section because you guys are absolutely the best.
But also to be authentic. You know, I don't think there's any value either in being so rehearsed and just having your talking points and just saying the thing. No, just talk.
Like, oh my gosh, what is she talking about? She's always super rehearsed and has talking points or looks at the questions before the answers, or in my mind, I think allegedly that she tells people, do not ask her about this. I'm not going to answer about this because nobody ever asks her anything challenging ever. Ugh. I don't even want to do the next clip, but let's just do it together. We'll get through it.
Where we are in culture right now, that like it or loathe it, we crave authenticity. Like we want those people that we believe, rightly or wrongly, are telling us the truth.
Yes.
And so I feel like there is no point in having rehearsed lines and a narrative that is like, fully, written out that isn't your own. You have to be authentic.
Just be authentic. Did you see my baby mama dance?
I mean, stop it. First of all, can I just tell you the timing of that, we maybe watched it like 20 times yesterday. And I was like, is that her?
Oh my God.
Is that Prince Harry there with the fingers and the, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Meghan and Harry, let's go.
But I think
But that's you, right? Like that's you in a way that we kind of haven't been able to see you before. And I did like a little secret cheer because I was like, well, that's what I kind of want to see from you. Like I want to see that happiness and that honesty and that like, I don't give a fuck.
But also, by the way, that wasn't yesterday.
No, true.
That was 4 years ago. So it's also a really great reminder that with all the noise or whatever people do, there's still a whole life, a real, authentic, fun life that's happening behind the scenes. I'm just grateful that now, being back on social as well, I have a place where I can share it on my own terms.
Okay, so this video right here, this little clip is just showing you that she's still in the prove it game. She released that dancing video in the hospital because it is her. That's like her authentically. We didn't like the video. I thought it was a parody of her. I thought it was a joke, but that was authentically her. Yeah, we saw her dance and do whatever she wanted to do. That is authentically her. And she knew she needed something authentic. And she's like, everyone's going to love this. No, ma'am, not everybody. I'm not everybody. So I didn't love it. It's not what I want to see. But she truly believes that that's what people wanted to see. And yeah, you know what? We had been asking for it. It's our fault. We should stop asking her to be authentic because we don't know what's next after this. We kind of already saw her dress going above her knees. And I'm just like, okay, we can stop there. Like, we don't need to see any more. But yes, with this video, you know that she was looking for authenticity and she is listening to the public. She really is. She's listening to the public and she's still proving the prove it game, because if she wasn't playing the prove it game, she would not come out with that video. That video was horrifying. I still have it in my head like, oh, let's go on to the next. I don't want to think about it anymore.
But are you thinking about it in the way that so many of us do as also a business tool?
Not for my personal account.
Really?
No. For my personal account?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's the one we're all following.
Well, good.
That's
a
the
lot
one
of you
that
are
we're
following
like,
as ever.
just
too.
dropped.
No, I think for me, it was a great way to get my voice back.
Yeah, you have to.
Get my voice back.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, and that's really, it's my space and my channel for joy. That is the intention of my handle.
Another lie. This is in her personal Instagram. She has Shop My, and she's done so many different things with Shop My. She's gone from putting her wedding edit. She's gone to put her children's edit. She's gone to put everything to monetize it. And now she's talking like, no, I don't think about money. It's not to monetize. Like, shut up, Meghan. Like, shut up. I don't want to yell because there's people in my house. And so, so we know this is just her being completely lying. Like, we just caught her in a lie and she has that face of like, no. It's just for me to have fun. Then take off your Shop My page. I thought so. No, right? Because you want to monetize everything. And with this next clip, she just contradicts herself over and over again because she monetized her own children and she's starting to monetize her own children. And she had a Shop My edit of her children and Catherine's children's clothes as well.
For yourself.
Yes. And I think what was so wild, maybe the surprise came in when anything that my children were wearing started to get monetized and affiliate sales and part of headlines and things. That's where it became a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, really got uncomfortable for you, but it wasn't uncomfortable for you to put Catherine's children's clothes on your Shop My edit for Easter? No? Yeah, that's why you took it off? Yeah, that's what I thought. I hate catching her in lies, especially within the same episode. Like, come on, Meghan. Are you even listening to yourself? And the face that she puts, it just gets me so frustrated because she's lying through her teeth and so beautifully. She's like, I was really upset when they started. Shut up, Meghan. We'll end it on a good note because this is probably the only quote or the only little clip that I agree with Meghan on.
And so this is one chapter. Life has many chapters. And you have to think, and the next 10 years, we're both going to be in our 50s. Get excited. It's going to be great.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Would you ever do your 20s again? Hard no.
I can't even get the words out.
No.
My 20s are choking me. Like, absolutely not, never.
No. So girls, enjoy your 20s right now.
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
hard, don't worry. It will pass.
You do that. It will pass.
I think 50s are going to be great.
I agree with her on that. Every time I think like, oh, I wish I was 20. No, I don't. I don't wish I was 20 because I started feeling comfortable in my own skin after 35. And then 35, 36, 37, 38, I'm like, oh, I feel better. You just start getting more comfortable in your own skin. So yes, we're going to end it there because I was already starting to grind my teeth with her. So we needed to end it on a good note. I do agree with Meghan on this. The older you get, the better you feel in your skin and the better you're with the world, Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think. What was the best clip that you enjoyed the most? Or hated the most like I did. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.